Good morning, Cedar Valley. This is Lars Olson. Welcome to Quiet Echo. A customer told me a thing last week I have been turning over since. He is a publisher. He told me about a deal he has with his plumber. The way he tells it, he does not publish books, and I do not fix leaks. The plumber comes when called. The bill is what the bill is. Nobody has talked the other out of $1. I laughed, because I have been watching some version of the deal walk past my counter for 41 years, and I have never heard it said so cleanly. I want to be careful. I run a hardware store. My best customer is the man or woman going to try the job themselves. I want them in the aisles, coming back next Saturday for the next thing. Nothing I am about to say is meant to chase one of them out the door, but 41 years teaches a man to see something. A survey of 1,700 homeowners last year found 58% spent more on a do-it-yourself job than they planned. More than a third of the damaged jobs cost $500 or more to fix the fix. It is the part the YouTube video does not mention. Here is what I have learned to see when a customer comes in with a part on the counter. I am not looking at the part. I am looking at two things about the job, and one about the customer. The first is whether the mistake will be visible. Let me tell you what I mean by a visible mistake. A man came in last fall with a stuck kitchen drawer. He had been fighting it for a week. He brought me the runner, which had come away from the cabinet with 2 of its screws. He told me what he had tried. I sent him home with 3 longer screws, a little wood glue, and a piece of dowel to plug the old holes. He fixed it the same afternoon. If he had been wrong, he would have known in 20 minutes. He would have come back. He would not have flooded a basement. It is what a visible mistake means. You make it, you see it, you try again. Most of what I sell is for jobs like these. Most of what gets fixed in Cedar Valley is fixed by the person who lives there. The second is whether the mistake will be hidden. A hidden mistake is a different kind of animal, and I want you to understand it, because it is where the real money goes. A few years back, a man came in with the parts for a small bathroom plumbing job. He was going to tie a new line in. He had a wrench, he had read up, he was sure of himself. I asked whether he had done one like it before. He said he had done it on a sink once. I asked whether the line he was tying into was inside the wall. He said yes. I asked whether he had a way to know, 3 weeks from now, whether the joint was holding. He said he would just look. I tried, in the way you try when a man does not want to be told, to suggest a joint inside a wall does not tell you it is leaking. It tells the floor below it. 3 months later, when the floor has been soft for some time, he went home with the parts. I saw him again in November. The first leak had been small. By the time it announced itself, the subfloor was gone, and the wall behind the vanity was gone, and there was mold he could see, and mold he could not. The bill at the end was a number I will not say on the radio, but it was the kind of number a man does not forget. He was not careless. He was not a fool. He had simply been on the wrong side of a hidden mistake job, and the cost of being wrong was not the joint. The cost was the wall, the floor, the wallpaper, the mold, the contractor, and a winter of inconvenience. It is the distinction I have learned to see. Not hard versus easy. Visible versus hidden. Electrical inside a wall is a hidden mistake. Plumbing inside a wall is a hidden mistake. Gas anything is a hidden mistake. Anything structural is a hidden mistake. The cost is not the part. The cost is what you find later. The one thing about the customer is simpler. I am asking whether they have done one like it before. Not the same job. One like it. The difference between the man who fixes the leak in 20 minutes and the man who turns it into a $400 bill is rarely smarts. It is reps. The 10th time you sweat a pipe joint, you do it right. Nobody is good at the first one. The honest question is not can you do this, it has you done one like it. When the job is a visible mistake job and the customer has done one like it, I send them home with the part and a smile. When the job is a hidden mistake job and the customer has not, I find a way to say so without saying so. Sometimes I succeed. Sometimes I see them in 2 weeks with a sheepish look and the parts for the second attempt. The publisher has done his own math. His time is worth more on a page than under a sink. He may be right. He may also be a man who tried it once and learned. I did not ask. The deal he made is the same deal a good carpenter makes with his accountant and a farmer makes with his veterinarian. He does not do the other man's work. The other man does not do his. I am not telling you to call the plumber. I am telling you what I look at when you come to my counter. The fact of my watching does not mean I am judging. It means I want you to win. Cedar Valley News has a Facebook group. There is a conversation going on. Tell us about a job which went well, or one which did not. I will put the link in the show notes. This is Lars Olson, your host for today's Quiet Echo. Thanks for listening. Quiet Echo is part of the fictional Cedar Valley news series, written by Evan Swenson, publisher, and Claude Marshall, AI developmental editor. While the people and town of Cedar Valley are fictional, the survey findings on do-it-yourself project costs and damage referenced in this podcast are real.
You've been listening to the Cedar Valley News Podcast, where small-town voices meet the headlines shaping our world. From faith and family to front porches and fields. We'll be back with more stories connecting real lives to real events. Until next time, keep your porch light on, your faith strong, and your heart open. This is Cedar Valley News.